Have you ever just looked around your home or your office and felt completely and utterly stuck? I'm talking buried under piles of paper and clutter and all those things you swore you'd deal with months ago? Well, that exact feeling, that's our jumping off point today as we dive into the world of professional organizing.
Yeah, it's a feeling a lot of us know. That sense of just being totally overwhelmed by the sheer amount of stuff in our lives. And it's so much more than just a physical mess. It's this mental weight that is surprisingly heavy. So if that sounds even a little bit familiar, I want you to know you are definitely not alone. So in this explainer, we're going to walk through that journey, the one from total chaos to a real feeling of clarity. And we'll be using some incredible insights from a professional who helps people make that trip every single day. Okay, first things first, we have to really understand the problem we're dealing with. So let's define this state of chaos and figure out why it has such a powerful hold on so many of us. Our source material has this brilliant term for it, controllable chaos. I just love that. It's not just about clutter, you see. It's about a burden that literally holds you back, physically and mentally. It's kind of like trying to run a race while you're carrying a giant, heavy backpack. And this really gets right to the heart of it all, the space around you, your environment. It has a direct, powerful impact on how you feel. A chaotic space can lead to a chaotic mind, and that can affect everything from your stress levels to your ability to focus. So if we know it's a problem, then why is it so incredibly hard to fix? All right, next up, let's explore some of the most common reasons we get stuck in this cycle of disorganization. It's almost never just one thing. It's usually a whole combination. It can be set off by big life changes like a move or a new job. It could be habits like procrastination. Sometimes it's tied to things like ADHD or anxiety. And a huge one is inheriting items from a loved one. The emotional weight of that is just enormous. And this is where we get to the real emotional core of it. We all have that stuff, right? The box of old concert tickets, the clothes that don't fit anymore. They're not just items, they're memories. And letting go of the thing can feel like you're letting go of the memory itself. And that is a massive psychological hurdle to clear. This testimonial just says it all. It shows exactly why an outsider, a professional, can be such a game changer. They can be that neutral, non-judgmental guide who helps someone and their family finally break through that inertia that's kept them feeling stuck for so long. So what does that help actually look like? Let's break down the tangible, real-world services that a professional organizer provides. So it is way, way more than just tidying up. This covers everything from deep diving into offices, kitchens, closets, you name it. It's also about smart space planning, like installing shelving or rearranging furniture to make a room actually flow better. And they even manage huge life transitions, like packing and unpacking an entire house, which turns one of the most stressful things you can do into something manageable. But the real magic isn't just in what they do, it's in how they do it. And the absolute key is a deeply personalized method. This is so important. It's not about forcing you into some rigid one-size-fits-all system you saw on TV. No, a great organizer builds a plan that's tailored to your habits, your needs, your personality. The goal is always to build a system that you can actually maintain long after they're gone. So, the professional behind our source material goes by Maggie Poppins, and you gotta love that name. Her story shows how for some people, these skills are just second nature. She was always the person with multiple bags, ready for anything, the one who could connect with anybody and somehow make chores seem fun. It's just a great reminder that for some, this is truly an innate talent. Of course, whenever we talk about organizing a space, you're bound to hear certain phrases thrown around, like creating that feng shui. And I love this follow-up. That little bit of self-awareness shows that the approach is practical and it's grounded in reality. It's not about some abstract ideal or a bunch of cliches. It's about what actually works in your day-to-day life. Okay, now for the final and honestly the most important part, the outcome. What is the ultimate goal of all of this work? And this is it. The end goal isn't just a clean room, it's an emotion. It's that deep, physical sigh of relief you feel when a weight you've been carrying is finally gone. It's about feeling lighter, freer, and like you've truly been taken care of. I mean, the transformation is just profound. You go from a state of burden, stress, and frustration to one of relief, clarity, and control.
This is the real shift from that controllable chaos to just genuine serenity.
For clients, the results can feel like absolute magic. This quote just perfectly captures that feeling of awe when a problem that seemed totally impossible is finally solved. This next one is just a clever play on the Poppins name, but it also points to an incredibly high standard of work. I mean, a job that is done flawlessly. And this final one might be just as important as the others. The process itself doesn't have to be this miserable, draining chore. It can be collaborative and energetic, and it can even be fun.
Ultimately, it all comes down to this one really powerful question. Getting organized isn't just another thing to check off your to-do list. It is a true act of self-care. It's you deciding that your peace of mind is a priority. And once you experience that freedom, the only question you'll have left is, why on earth did you wait so long?